Hi everybody, it's Candy here. Welcome back to my channel and a happy Litha to everybody, or happy midsummer, or happy summer solstice, whichever you want, whatever you want to call it. But we're at that time of year where we have got to the midpoint of summer, where the days from now on will start to get shorter and we will move into the darker part of the year. So we've been having fun here, me and my 3 kids, and I just thought I would pop on and say some of the things that we've been doing and some of the ways that we've been celebrating. And also I wanted to link it back to the tarot and look at the sun card. I hope you'll find it interesting, a little nosy at some decks, which is always good. We've been in the garden a lot, and we have planted sunflowers today. You're going to have to excuse my hands. I've got gardener's hands, the dirtiest hands in the whole of the tarot world. They're just wrecked because I'm building the garden, as you can see from the Magic Garden videos that I put up. So they've all gone out today. We built a little fairy area as well in amongst the sunflowers, because we're really interested, all of us are really interested in the fae and the march of the fairies relate to Litha. Definitely keen to start studying, working with the fae. We've had lots of things happen here. So that's what we've done in the garden today. Planted sunflowers to honour the sun and the movement of the sun. Oh, you're twisting again, hang on. Tomorrow, hopefully it won't be so cold and windy, which it was today. We are going to light a fire. We're going to stay up late. We're going to toast marshmallows. To get to the fire area, which we've still got to build, by the way, we are going to follow an old tradition which I read about, where villages used to light 2 bonfires and walk all their cattle and do a procession of people and cattle and goodness knows what else through the middle of the 2 fires as a form of protection. And I loved that idea. Now, I'm not going to go and light 2 fires in the garden, but what I am going to do is on the gateway, I'm going to put a candle each side. I've spoken to the kids today about it and said when we walk through the candles and the archway to go up to the main fire, that is us asking for protection for the rest of the year. So they're keen to do that. So we're going to do a procession through the candles and we're going to go up to the fire. Also, I read another tradition called Give It to the Pebble, where you spend a bit of time meditating, first of all, on all the light and dark out in the world. And there's a lot of that at the moment. But also all the light and dark areas of yourself and your behaviours and what you might be doing. So internal and external light and dark. And you make some goals about what light you want to bring to the world. Where is your light? And then you make some wishes based on that. And you give those wishes to the pebble. So what you would like to get rid of, what you want to bring more of in. And you walk around the fire 3 times with saying your wish, and then you throw the pebble into the fire. So we're going to do that. We thought that idea was lovely. We're going to make some honey cookies tomorrow and put it in our little fairy garden that we've made. And I've also brought the most ridiculous amount of oranges and lemons, and we're going to try and make some cooked strands. I don't know how that's going to work. I suspect I might end up with a house full of burnt oranges, but we'll give that a go. Another massive thing that I think is important about Litha as well is gratitude. Gratitude is such a huge part of well-being, and it's been hugely important for my mental health over the years. So holding on to what I'm grateful for, and just the little things, everyday things, as well as the big things. So writing gratitude lists at Litha or getting into a gratitude habit is really, really important. And I haven't done it for a while, so this this time of year has kind of reminded me. And I'm also going to join in with a gratitude tarot tag, so there'll be some videos coming for that. So that's been a push for that. So let's have a look now at the Sun card with its link to Litha. We'd start off with the classic, the Rider-Waite. But here is the Sun card in this version. Now, initially, I didn't really like this card. I didn't like the naked child on the horse. It kind of just, I don't know, it just felt odd to me. But the more I've researched the meaning, the more it resonates for a number of reasons. This child with arms outstretched, completely naked, kind of saying, here I am, light shining on me, this is me, take me as you find me. It's all embracing of everything this child is. And I think as adults, we have to do a lot of work to get back to this state where we're completely embracing of all of ourselves. Now, over the last 6 years, having come from a place of some quite significant trauma, I had to do a lot of inner child work to heal from that trauma. It's been quite the process. And the minute I started to link this card to inner child work, it started to take on a whole new meaning. The child within the safety of a walled garden as well really resonated with me, because a lot of recovery work and getting to a place of safety where you can then begin to fully embrace everything that the Sun card has to offer, a lot of that has been built around boundary work as well, putting boundaries in place personally. And the sunflowers as well, growing towards the light, in search of the light. I mean, that's who we should be. We should be searching for the light, not dwelling in the dark or focused on what we haven't got. It's always about gratitude, again linking to Litha, gratitude, looking for the light, searching for the light, searching for recovery when we need it, with arms open wide, yelling to the world, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And I think when you can get to that place, which is the place that I've battled my way to at times, then you can start to claim what this card has to offer. So good health, joy, peace, safety, free from the anxieties of adult life, playing in the garden. So for me, I had quite a journey with this card. Now the next card I've picked, I love this deck. I picked the Sun card from the Crow Tarot next, simply because I think it shows this card, everything again, but represented in a slightly more modern way. But you can see you've got the horse representing our body, our way of getting to the light. The child is replaced by a crow, this time with wings open wide, carrying the red flag. Even the word red flag in there. I mean, if you've recovered from trauma, you will know all about red flags and searching out red flags. And it takes on a whole new meaning in this card. It's a meaning for the recovered soul, the soul that has got its inner child safe. So I do love this card. You've got the sunflowers again. Yeah, so I put those two together because both of them represent the healing aspect of this card for me. And both of them, I think, mirror each other quite well. Okay, the next two decks I want to look at are, let's move these out of the way. It's the Sun card from the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Now this I absolutely love. It's just a fantastic deck to read with. And the Sun card, let me zoom in a little bit. The Sun card, it's sunlight in this deck, and it shows a piper welcoming in the dawn. So this card, again, it speaks to me of coming out of a dark place to a lighter place. The guidebook, which is wonderful, says, has got a beautiful sentence in there, which again links to this idea of getting to a better place. And the quote is, "Sunlight always finds its way through even the most tangled and forbidden of forests." And I read that and I just loved that. We've all walked through tangled forests and felt like we shouldn't be there, all of us. And that feeling of relief to find a way out into the sun, I think that kind of just sums up for me this card. The other card I wanted to look at next to this one, oh, it's so huge. Yeah, let's move these out the way. Is from let me zoom out for this. These cards are huge, you can see. And if you recognise this card, you will know that this card, let me see if I can find the box. The beautiful box is from the Enchanted Tarot. So again, you've got the birds in this. You've got the two birds and the idea of bird song. A new day starting. You've got through, it's a new day. The guidebook for this talks about the fact that there's the face in the sun and that they picked a sun that looked like a naive child's drawing to represent the divine child within each individual, is what the book says. We've got the inner child happy, the birds are singing, we've made it through the night. So both of these use that idea of dawn and bird song, and I loved that. Fire Tarot. Now in this card, and like the others, you've got two children, you've got twins. And I think this one speaks more of balance. You've got the yin-yang symbol, you've got the two genders, a boy and a girl. The book says that they're twins. The book talks about, as an adult, we can find ways to return to the garden to play, and it's a nice thing to do. So again, that idea of balance comes in, life balance, work and play. So a slightly different take here. What I also love about the guidebook with this card is it talks about the good things in this card, so the garden we go to play in and the lovely flowers, actually becoming the dark things as well. The fact that the walls of the garden, if you concentrate on the walls too much, you might become claustrophobic and feel like the walls are closing in on you. And the sunflowers, they get so tall, they cast long shadows. It's almost like the sun has its inbuilt shadow element. We have a tiny little card from the tinned Tarot de Maria Celia. Again, we've got the two twins represented here. So again, the idea of balance. And then the other sun card I've got, which has got more than one child in, is from my deck that I just cannot put down at the moment. I absolutely love this deck. Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. It is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. The artwork's amazing. It's a brilliant reader. And like I say, I literally can't put it down at the moment. And here it talks about the way we're connected and the fact that sunlight can shine out of all of us, some more brightly than others. So you've got a child here with really big twinkly eyes, and there's a child here with eyes that are black, and they almost look hollow, and this child here looks absolutely petrified by something. So all of the eyes here are reflecting the sunlight out to different degrees, but it talks about the way we impact each other, which again to me links to healing and the fact that we do affect each other and we should be kind. This is slightly melancholy. It makes me sad to think that some of these children don't have the twinkle in their eyes that they should. The Everyday Enchantment Tarot, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. It comes with the most fabulous book, and I've got the Sun card out here because I wanted to read from the guidebook what it says. She writes, "This image was inspired by someone glimpsed from a train window while travelling through a rundown region with its grimy streets and industrial buildings. Just as I mused that such a dismal place could lower your spirits, a lady in a vivid sari appeared, and she had such obvious joie de vivre and panache that I knew my assumption was wrong. This card celebrates all those who shine in dark places." And another card that has a single female in is this card. Let me move them across out the glare. Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. And this card speaks about accessing the sun's vibrant energy by actually becoming still. So again, you've got that balance aspect in it. So through meditation and finding moments of peace and my moments of stillness and quiet, to be able to tap into the vibrancy of the energy of the sun. Okay, and the last card I want to look at is from Margaret Peterson Tarot, which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. There's the card. And I'm just going to read what the guidebook says. "Brightly singing, a sound grown white, you appear at the boundary of day and night. Cosmic yellow-skinned goddess, far away, with your rays you touch the plexus named after you. Pulsating organism, illuminating the dark and light parts of the world, none more attractive than the other. You see what happens far away and deep inside. You shape the visible world. You make whole what is separate. Everything you touch is transformed." And that idea of transformation and everything being out in the open, everything being visible, the light should be shone on everything, no secrets, things that are separate made whole. It just completely sums up for me what this card is all about. Illuminating the dark and light parts of the world, none more attractive than the other. That I love as well, because that talks about self-acceptance. You know, the sun throws shadows. It's part of the sun. So to embrace the light, you have to embrace the shadows. And if you are healing, the shadow work side of healing is huge. You can't go and save your inner child till you've worked out where they're stuck. And for that, that's shadow work. I've saved this till last because that idea of transformation and being made whole again, and the acceptance of the light and the dark, for me, is part of the sun card. I mean, you've got the dark area here, and you've got the bright light right here. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the sun card in a number of decks. I know I have. It's helped me clarify what this card means for me. It's such a lovely card, and it's a nice time of year to make a study of it. Have a wonderful Litha, everybody. Have loads of fun. Jump over a candle, or light a candle, or meditate. Get outside if it's sunny. Just have a lovely time.